Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides of war, kings and sultans, dukes and emirs. Adversity makes for strange bedfellows, my friend. And you must read carefully if you are to decide the fate of Iberia.
My father taught me many things, verbally through education and by learning from his successes and failures. I am thankful for them all, and it's through these lessons learned that I'm still alive to write these very words. Treachery hurts, cuts deep. To think that people who served so willingly and loyally under my father, whose very existence is better because of him, would then so eagerly turn against me is painful. But now, these very men and women are in my prison cells. Others would simply cut off their heads and be done with it, but not me. I'll take my time. Treachery hurt me. It's time to hurt them back. Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 role-playing series, continuing the reign of DUKE Guifré the Third. We ascended the throne and things are still in a little bit of disarray, but I'm very much looking forward to playing. Guys, thank you for your support in this. If you want to support the channel, you know what to do by engaging the YouTube algorithm and liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on those bell notifications, and of course, leaving your comment. Comments continue to be ripe fruit for the picking, and I very much appreciate them. That's all I got today. Quick and simple. I'm ready to dig back into DUKE Guifré the Third, as it's going to be very exciting. So it's time to put the roleplay face on and dive back into the story. The realm has finally settled down just a little bit. Putting down 2 rebellions at once is something I don't even believe that my father had. Did he even have rebellion? I don't think so. But putting down 2 rebellions, as I mentioned, is not easy. It doesn't happen quickly. And now I have to deal with the aftermath. Now I'm thankful for those who helped me. My brother, Christopher, was immensely useful. But as my court is telling me, as my courtiers are telling me as well, while it's okay to understand your limitations and to know when things could go south, it's a trait of a good person, in my opinion, to know their own limits and know their weaknesses. I have been repeatedly told that I just cannot ignore my specialties, and my specialties are indeed war. I'm afraid I don't have a choice but to dive into battle and pray to the Heavenly Father that he will keep me safe. We can do that. We have expanded our court positions to handle all manner of things. I have 2 bodyguards and a personal champion, all 3 of whom will be able to hopefully do well. Now, I'll admit Lewis isn't great. Alvar, we could switch him out. It will cost us 200. Not willing to do that yet. We could, however, try and bring in some more prowess through our courtiers. There are plenty of those that are unmarried, and maybe, perhaps, I can filter out ways to bring people in. This lady herself is an experienced physician. I could use a physician because I don't know that I actually have. She's good. Isabel might die pretty much at any moment, though, so I don't know that it will be done. Oh, I'm piddle farting around. It's time to do the dirty work. Dealing these damn vassals. Now, I could simply execute them. I do believe I actually have the means and, the ability to do so. The justification is there, but again, that's too quick. What I do have, however, is the ability to revoke his title. The grand city of Zaragoza is no longer yours, Lord Mayor. Count Carulli of Tortoli. The county of Tortoli is no longer yours. Countess Fidula. The county of Cagliari is no longer yours. Count Fernando of Alto Aragon. The county of Alto Aragon is no longer yours. Count Baldu of Arborea. The county of Arborea, is no longer yours. These lads are no longer landed anyways, so we could simply do as we please. The real question, though, we could negotiate their releases. I do not believe that they have, some of them have some gold, but nobody really wants them for now. I think we will keep them around just for a little bit, see what happens, see if it's worthwhile for us. I am very tempted to send them all to the dungeons, though. Or we could blind them. You know what? Fernando, you have no idea how disappointed I am in you. I think to make a point, we're definitely moving them down to the dungeons. Now this hurts family, no doubt. But until I'm ready to deal with them, and honestly, I have more important things to do now that their lands no longer are ours. I think that's a good enough punishment for now. If they don't survive, then they don't survive. That is their own deal. The issue now is we have too many lands. Now I can hold up to 6. Thanks to Duchess Erengard and her domain limits. And without a doubt, I think I have to take the county of Cagliari for mine. The mines have been built. I simply have to go in and regain control, which shouldn't take a terribly long time. Totoli won't be a bad place either. But do I really want to worry about invasions on an entire island? That's the question. I think Cagliari might be mine. I think Tortoli might be mine as well. And you know what? I think I'll take Zaragoza for myself. So that leaves Zuera, which is not something I'm used to holding to anyways. It's time to give people some land. And I think I'm very tempted to simply just lease things out to family. Now that leaves 3. My nephew, Guifré Barcelona, my other nephew, Alfredo, and Raduf Radus. You know what? I'm okay with that. He only has claims in the county of Menorca and the county of Mallorca. This is due to his father, I believe. Radulf is now my vassal, which is fantastic. He is also a bishop. I do find that rather humorous. And in Castillo, which is the county of Alto Aragon. Maybe we don't want to do just them. I actually would prefer it if I gave some of my higher prowess men. Now, holy Mayor Habib, I believe you will serve me well. He is a bishop now as well, which is oddly ironic. And the county Jaca needs to be gifted as well. Willem. There we go. Now, unfortunately, that did kick a couple of people out, which is okay. It was just an antiquarian, nothing too terribly outrageous. Urgel, however, I believe is what needs to also be given away. And this has to be family. This has to be family, and I believe none other than the man who helped me win the war, Count Christopher de Rosseo. My brother, my marshal, and my vassal. There you go, sir. Thank you very much. And I think in order to... we need to swear an oath of true friendship. He has been too helpful in my reign thus far. We have been friends throughout. He holds no bitterness towards me at least. It was my father who wanted to send him to the Knight's Order. I think this will secure his alliance to me and ensure that he will not stab me in the back. So we will set that off and see what he thinks. We have council things to take care of. Mayor Yaha of Agia. We may need to sway him. Demanding conversion may actually be better. We're going to have him disrupt schemes for now. I think that will work. Now, Count Christopher, I am going to send you across the pond into Cagliari. You need to worry about that. It is only going to take him 2 years, which is not too bad. We need to fill up our coffers. We need to build some more alliances. Potentially, we need to rebuild our army. Emir Jamil ibn Aziz of Saracusta is ripe for the picking. He is in debt. I could simply struggle clash him at this very moment, but I don't know that that would be a good idea. I think we still need to recover a little bit before we move on to the realm. And again, things can be ransomed. By things, I mean people. We're not going to do anything just yet. We're going to see where this goes. We're going to let things settle just for a little bit before I decide to make another move. I think in the case of Mayor Yaha, we will let him... He is best suited, so his council position should be good. He'll get a weak hook on me, which may mean a simple contract modification, which I would be okay with. For the good of Catholicism everywhere, I will do that because that will give him quite a boost towards me. On top of that, I am going to sway him considering he is my spy master. Don't want him trying to kill me. And it seems that Christopher de Barcelona has indeed accepted me as a friend, which is awesome. During our last war against the Vassals, my nephew, Frederick of Cardona, attempted to try and teach me different tactics. Now, he showed me the ins and outs of the vicious charges and fierce attacks. My final test is a mock battle. Mayor Frederick comes riding up to me, impressive. The enemy levies stand in awe at the efficiency of my other troops. There can be little doubt. I've understood what it means to be an aggressive attacker. This only benefits me. Fatal casualties for the enemy go up by 25%, which is awesome. My brother, Count Napoleo of Sorbarb, invites me to a feast. It'll be a grand affair worthy of your honorable presence. We will absolutely take it. I look forward to this. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my brother goes on and on about tome collections. And that was how we salvaged that mess. Sure, I'm not boring you, my lord. Oh, no. Please go on. It's at the family feast that my brother and friend Christoph approaches me in a private with clear doubt in his eyes. He explains to me that his faith is faltering due to his time spent guarding the border against Asharism, fraternizing with the enemy. His words are not in jest. It feels as if the slightest mistake could push him away. Yet, this is an opportunity to strengthen our further as well as our relationship. I will attempt to reignite his fervor myself. And unfortunately, he embraces Asharism. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. That's very unfortunate, brother, but I'll love you nonetheless. That's okay. What did I promise last night? Can't remember led up to it, but I do remember slapping the back of my brother, Count Napoleo, telling him I would do anything he asked of me. Now rumors abound of an oath, I swore. Well, mistakes are made. A promise is a promise. Gains a weak hook on me. What a feast! I remember the days spent in Count Napoleo's halls for a long time to come. Now it's time to wash off the traces of merriment and wine. Once more resume my duties as a lord of the realm. It seems a vassal slipped through the cracks. Count Mariu, you revolted against me. Not really sure why. I don't know how you slipped through the cracks. Now I can try to imprison him. He'll rise up in rebellion. He only has 330 men, so it wouldn't be anything too terribly bad to happen. We will try to imprison him and see what happens. Word reached my ears. With a small letter. To my liege, may you live in harmony and contentment. Seems there is no recourse for our dispute other than to settle it on the battlefield. Rally the troops. We're going to raise them all. We're going to make this a very quick one. The idiot's making landfall. Not his smartest move, but I did want to see if he would do anything. And also, Fidula. One of my rebels has died in my dungeons. What a shame. Let's meet this mad lad on the battlefield and make this a swift and quick war. Already ready? Be done with it. And Isabel, unfortunately, is no longer in my court because she's dead. How much does it cost to recruit you? 75 buckaroonies. Melisenda. Lewis needs a missus. And while searching for a suitable husband for her, instead, I think Leofled would be better for Lewis. They are a little bit age difference wise. Novice physician will work for me. She accepts. Fantastic. Finally caught the dastard at the Battle of Castello. Very easy win. Completely annihilated. And now I have to go across the ocean. Besiege the barony of Ibiza. Goodness gracious. Carvalho, he's also died. Seems these guys are withering away. Fernando is dead. It's unfortunate, but not really. The siege is won. Battle is over with. 10 months of my life wasted away because he wanted to rebel against me. I will revoke his titles. You have no choice. You are correct. Ibiza does not need to be mine. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to give Radis his land back. There we go. Good cousin. Simple War is over. It's now time to rebuild the coffers yet again. I'm eager and ready for a war once it's the right time. I always get excited every time my wife becomes pregnant because there was always the chance that I would be gifted a son. And while I certainly adore both of my daughters, I have finally been gifted a son. You've been so brave, so strong. The words that my father and my grandfather both repeated to their wives. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy. And of course, Guifré de Barcelona has to be your name. Will a fourth ascend the throne before the Kingdom of Aragon arrives is a question that remains to be seen. But may you grow to be strong and wise, my son. And Christopher, despite our religious differences, we have pushed that aside in true friendship. He's asked to synergize our friendship, gaining enhanced martial. Absolutely. And he accepts enthusiastically. As a ward, I think I will take charge of Guifré de Barcelona. Margarida is certainly doing her work. And I'm going to put... Cesara and Bernat Gwillem, why not? Absolutely. A little bit of wardship going on, nothing more, nothing less. It's a requirement in our realm for sure. Sometimes I wonder if someone was bullied or was a bully early in life and just never grew out of it, regardless of how they are as an adult, or if someone's just a little dull in the head. My cousin, Sheikh Ponk Ibn Namildil of Malagon, says I have something that belongs to him. Face me in a duel for it, let the winner earn the right to own it. A non-lethal single combat. Victor will keep or gain the artifact. The loser will lose the artifact and any claim on it. Now Sheikh Ponk, 51 years old, man. He's got a prowess of 9. A prowess of 9. Meanwhile, I am significantly younger. Prowess of 18. We stalk around each other. The deadly weapons feels cool and weighty in my grasp. The fight may only be till first blood, but that doesn't ease my nerves. It's not the best you got. You can't even hit me. We're going to try and tire the opponent. Low increase to a success. No increase to risk of injury, though. Time and time again, I backpedal, dodge, and weave. Always keeping just within tempting target distance. Soon, he's showing signs of exhaustion. Spotting an opportunity, Punk lunges forward and headbutts me hard in the face. Real backwards, wrong footed. My form is excellent. Little chance for a mistake. Punk stance is failing. But he's still holding the blows well, but he seems close to faltering. Commanding the rabble in battles and exercise and shouting and intimidation, and I demonstrate this to Punk by screaming foulness at the top of my considerable lungs. Out of nowhere, he hurls a heavy purse at my face, which connects with a crunch. By the time I've recovered, he's pressing an advantage against me. That hurt. My form is good with only small errors. Punk's stance, formidable. I've yet to open up my opponent, and I see no way to claim victory. Taste the wrath of St. George, you hairy punk, with a furious onslaught. Sword in hand, I ran quick slashes down on Punk, leaving him no quarter between blows. Spotting an opportunity, he lunges forward, headbutts me again. At this point, headbutting him in the face is the only way to get around. Yes, headbutting my opponent seems to have thrown him off. When he freezes on the spot, I'm almost stunned myself. But if he's not going to fight, it's not going to stop me, and I lunge forward with the powerful cleave. No parry meets me, no dodge evades me. I have to pull myself back at the last instant to avoid actually cutting his throat. Instead, I simply rest my sword against it. Once more, Punk freezes. But it's clear that I've won. There's only been a few times in my life as a child that I was disappointed in my family that I had wanted nothing to do with them. And now in my adulthood, it seems another one of those times has come. Emir Karasabatala was accused my sister and friend, Emira Shemina, of having an incestuous relationship with her own son. Shemina and Abd al-Rahman are lovers. I've seen and heard many things in my day, but this... She gains the trait adulterer. She loses 2 levels of devotion. Carter's the thief slayer. Loses 60 opinion. Oh, what a nasty thing. That's almost worth disinheriting her, but I don't know that I could. That is disgusting. Lewis, it seems, has died of old age. I need a new bodyguard. My personal champion position has been vacated. Unfortunately, Alvar is the only man suitable for the job. And as for personal champions, I think Alfredo has to be it. And honestly, I have enough to fill all of these positions. Guifré de Barcelona, Count Christopher, no, he is my marshal. He is my chancellor. My wife and soulmate, absolutely. I gain a great deal of prestige. Thank you, Mrs. Court Gardener, development and growth in the realm capital, absolutely. Hildebert de Chateau Thierry, and we have a couple of ladies in waiting. Stress loss increase. Melisenda de Forcalquier, however you want to say that. Eudokia Pastillas, welcome. I need an antiquarian, Leoflid. That works. It will reduce the time that my artifacts will dissipate. And as for a Count Jester, Mayor Lev of Olot, he looks like a fool. Although he won't take it that way, which works for me. Oh, I wish I had a higher realm, but that is okay. It does eat into my income just a little bit. But I do believe that the benefits of having such a thing will end up helping me in the end. But thankfully, some better news on another side. My tuition of Margarida is at an end. With sufficient tutelage, even a child's displayed little natural inclination can come to truly understand it. Displaying a thorough understanding of the flow of gold and the wanderings of people, she even expresses a remarkable creativity in dealing with these matters. Well done, daughter. And of course, you know what that means. It means in just over a year, Salah Ibn Salah Banu Danis will be able to wed you, and you will be out and about in your own life. Very proud of you, daughter. Being busy in the realm, it's sometimes hard to remember people you had rivalries with or who considered you a rival. He was in my own dungeon. My rival Baldu has finally perished in my dungeon. Think I live in the world free from that spawn of hell, not having to think about him. So happy that I could dance on his shallow grave. And some joyous news as well, and one that might wrap up this chapter. Looks like Emir Reza Hamizada of Zaragoza has inherited a terrible neighbor. 6, child, I hate to do this. Do I hate to do this? No, I don't. This is it. This is what I need. Taking the Duchy of Zaragoza is what needs to happen. We have vastly superior forces. We have more gold than we can imagine and deal with for a meager cost of 160 faith. This will complete our journey. Or will it? Let's get to it. Role-playing aside for a moment, I absolutely love this music. Role-playing face on. Raise all the armies. The first army of Berga is commanded by myself. The first army of Urgel is commanded by my brother Christopher. This is what we have waited for our entire lives, to be able to lay claim on the entire duchy that could bring us the kingdom. Let us fight, brother. Let us win together. But it seems there are forces that want to tear us apart. There have been clashes between the Catholic and the Ashari population in the county of Zaragoza. Let us use this opportunity to recruit affordable soldiers from among the Catholic militias. And if they continue their training in their home country, there isn't so bad either. I might encourage it. I'm going to try and ease the tension. For a man who follows the Ashari faith, he sure does not seem to want to do that. And if in doing so, we could get a tolerance gospel and tensions eased. But rather, perhaps an Ashari ruler could. Count Yasar ibn Aziz of Barjana, he has the ability to do so, and while I will only lose a very small amount of opinion with my brother, gaining the tensions eased will be more than worth it. I'm going to send my brother Christopher to the barony of Castello in order to take on the first army of Al-Barrakin, while I will continue to siege down our northernmost Arg of Huesca and the Valia of Huesca. Our coffers are full, although they are running out, and it appears that my spy master is no longer in my service. Christopher can't help. Perhaps Gwillem, Alto Aragon could. Or, better yet, my sister, Ermengarda. Just like my aunt and my father. Perhaps this is the exact spy master I need. My brother has caught the first army of Al-Barrakin in the mountains, but unfortunately, there may be this could be a terrible, terrible battle. We shall have to see. Unfortunately, it looks like the commander will indeed have the advantage. Hope. I don't have time to deal with you. That's fine. It does look like he will lose, if only because of an unyielding defender. Everything is going for Vali Renard ibn Telbald of Al-Khanis. Learn the lesson, Count Christopher. Thank you for following my orders, but I have other things to worry about. Absolutely. Absolutely, we will accept him. And it won't be by many soldiers. And we have slain... Oh, there is no commander. We have actually slain the enemy commander, even though it was a defeat. That's okay. We can accept a singular defeat. Factions are trying to sway against me. Oh, 2 weeks and I'm free of the siege of Huesca, and I can finally meet with my brother and coordinate. The castle is ours. It's time to move to the Bishopric of Tortosa while I meet with my brother in a coordinated attack to rid this army and go after the Taif of Zaragoza, the Arg of Al-Barrakin itself, and hope to end the war swiftly and quickly. With my leadership at the helm, it's time to take on the second army of Al-Barrakin, and this is absolutely no contest. No contest at all. Let's go after the throat. Let's end this war. And as if it weren't enough, peasants decided they wanted better tax laws. I can't give that to them, especially not in a time of war. They've risen up against me. This won't be a problem. We are mere days away from the siege of Al-Barrakin. Let's get to it. Emir Reza, you have been captured. I will push it To the heartless Duke Guifré, may you be sewn up alive in the belly of a dead camel. Kid, you're not supposed to speak with that language. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end, I will comply with your demands. We have a rebellion. Is it over there? Of course it is over there. Why wouldn't it be over there? We have things to go do. Let's go do them before we move along with other things. Damn peasants. And of course, we caught them completely unaware. Peasant uprising is over. My armies can be disbanded and we can reconvene. It's time to organize our realm. Briefly, but effectively. I have no desire for these areas. So in fact, what I would like to do is I would like to grant to a local Andalusian noble. Not only will this allow cultural acceptance between Andalusians and Catalans, but it'll also allow for popular opinion. Now, I am going to randomly do this in the hopes that it will allow us to get some people in the right spot. Andalus. There we go. Alcanese. Mayor Habib. Absolutely. Huesca. Needs to be Basque. Inico, you have a strong stewardship level. And then Monzon is Basque as well. We will certainly keep to that, to try and keep the peace as best that we can. Ladron, our realm has been divvied out. Not only that, but we can found the Kingdom of Aragon. The children of the great Ebro River have spent centuries being sidelined. First by the Romans, then by the Visigoths, by the Franks, and by the Arabs. As long as they toil for foreign conquerors and distant capitals, their lands are not truly their own, and the people clamor for a local kingdom of their own. Our home, our kingdom. The Aragonese court. As king, you have new duties and responsibilities. You'll now be expected to regularly hold court, solving the disputes of the realm, letting your courtiers take part in your daily routines. Guifré, looking sternly at me in a direct, almost lecturing way. Perhaps there's also some pride in his eyes. He starts to unfold a beautiful banner bearing the emblem of House Barcelona. One of the ways in which the world will now judge your rule is by how you adorn and care for your royal court. I have taken the liberty to have this made as a gift. Barcelona dynasty gains prestige and renown in independent ruler opinion. Thank you, nephew. That is immensely, immensely thankful. Let them see their new king. With the creation of the Kingdom of Aragon, I have triggered a flourishing expansion of Swibi culture in the towns and cities of my realm. Not just in our heartlands of Aragon, but Barcelona too, spreading the influence of my newfound people far and wide. And yet, I can't help but miss some of the ways of Catalan. It's my time. Its time at the center of my life may be over, but with my influence and station, it need not leave completely. Not all the trappings of Catalan culture are so bad. The Swabi language will adopt and become Dulc Vulgar. Now we adopt the Swabi culture. We discover all innovations from Catalan culture. And the creation, the date of Swabi will be reset, and 3 random counties will be changed to Swabi. There I am. King Guifré Guifré of Aragon with my Queen Erengard of Aragon. I'm a king. I'm a king who has the ability to hang. The dynasty banner, absolutely, look at its gorgeousness. And also our house banner. The Kingdom of Aragon is ours. The real question is, does it end my story? We have achieved what my grandfather had hoped to see, what my father almost saw. And we are now one of the bigger players in the Iberian struggle. So the question is for you, as you're reading this book, do I go on? Would you like to see my story? That is entirely up to you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so incredibly much for joining me on this amazing journey. Over these last 16 episodes, we have gone from a simple baron, essentially, with 2 counties in our possession to now king within 2 full generations. The future of the story is completely up to you. Let me know in the comments section if you want to complete it. Here's the caveat. I may switch this over to a new series. Call it the Kingdom of Aragon, since we have accomplished that. Think of it as a continuation of an entire series. But it needs your support. I need to know whether or not you, the audience, want me to continue the story, or if we just simply let it go. We have achieved the things that we wanted to achieve. I am satisfied with stopping here. I'll play this offline, of course. But being able to form that, what is the next step? Do you want me to move on to something different? Is 15 to 16 episodes enough of this scenario? Or would you like to see more? I don't have any conditions. I think I'm just going to I'll call this the finale. How about that? I will call this the finale, see what the engagement is like, and then determine where to go from there. But regardless, guys, thank you so incredibly much for being here towards the end. I didn't think it would get here in this episode, but it was able to function as such, and it's great. I really enjoyed it. I've learned so much along the way from your comments and your suggestions, and I am very glad for them. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications, leave those comments as I said. Whether we're back or not is again entirely up to you, but regardless, we will be back with Crusader Kings 3 in a different scenario or otherwise. Stay tuned.
Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides of 4 kings and sultans, dukes and emirs. Adversity makes for strange bedfellows, my friend. And you must tread carefully if you are to decide the fate of Iberia.